Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, dear sisters, dear brothers, and all my followers. Welcome back to the Flying Kabe. And today we are again with Sister Melanie.
Assalamu alaikum, sisters and brothers. Nice to be here again.
So today we decided that we are going to talk about things you should talk with each other before you get married
Yes.
in an Islamic perspective. So, what would you like to begin it with? What kind of topic?
I think that first of all, before you decide to marry someone, you have to sit together and to agree if you're looking into the same direction of life. Because if someone wants to travel a lot and the other person doesn't want it, then this will not work long time. Yeah, long term. So I think to decide if what your life will look like is very important. Then also for the woman, if she wants to work or not, and if he agrees with it or not, because Islamically you are allowed to work, but a lot of people doesn't want that their wife are working and don't want that they get mixed with men in work environment or in business meeting, which is completely okay and fine, but you have to discuss it, okay? Because for someone, a boundary is here, and for the other people, the boundary is here, and everything is fine. Yeah. So, but this is, I think, the a very good point. And then also to discuss: is this really marriage between two people, or is the family very much involved in all of your decisions? This is also a very big point for me, especially.
Yes. First of all, I think it's very important that you share the same interest. As you said, for example, if one person is very outgoing and he or she likes to be outside in the nature, doing some trips, or it's very active, and the other person is like to sit home and do, I know, Netflix and chill, or how would I say it? Then this is not going to work long term. So I think the best if you share the same interest, and then you can have hobbies together. But I think it's also very important that you remain to have your own things. What you've been doing before, don't give up for that person you are going to marry. Like, I mean, if you're doing some sport, if you're doing some hobby which you're enjoying, which gives you improvement, where you can improve yourself, a lot of people, what I see, also give up their lives because they are getting married and they think they put marriage on the first place. And I
Yeah,
think we should put ourselves in a way that we shouldn't forget ourselves and our needs, because if we are happy with ourselves, because the only person you are going to live with your whole life is you. And if
exactly.
you're happy, you're going to make the positive energy into the marriage. Then maybe after a short time or after a longer time, one person from the married couple is going to struggle because they might lose their identity, or you know what I mean.
Yes, that is a very strong word you say, identity loss. And I noticed this because women tend to do that very often, yeah, to please the man, yeah, in marriage or in Western culture and relationships as well. That a lot of women then center the man as the top one priority, which is not wrong. Yeah, he can be your top priority, but they lose everything that makes them themselves. You know what I mean?
Yes,
So
yes.
if I, for example, my hobby is to do kung fu and to travel and to do my business. My business is not hobby, but you know what I mean. I
Yeah,
love
yeah,
to
of
do it.
course, yeah.
Yeah. And then I meet someone and he's not agreeing with anything of it, then we have a problem. I mean, either you can show them your world and maybe they find interest in your world and say, hey, I never imagined that this world could be like this. I always saw it very black, but through you, I saw it colorful and I see the benefit and I see how much you benefit from it. So because I appreciate you and I love you, I will accept you and you don't need to change for me, you know? And a lot of women tend in relationship to really neglect their friends, neglect their family, neglect their hobbies, neglect everything that made them themselves.
How do you think the balance should be? For example, if a woman had friends before, like the man had friends before, do they change on that or do they keep doing? Because I see, like, for example, in the Western culture, what I personally don't really agree on,
Mhm.
man and woman mixed together. Like, I know, for example, grilling in the garden in the summer, like couples, friends, or maybe your male husband has a woman best friend, or maybe your wife has a male best friend. And I think that's not really a good thing because it might give you an opportunity for, let's say, cheating or having just the thoughts of cheating and like giving you the opportunity to do something which is haram. So, for example, here, like woman and man don't mix. So, I never go out with my husband's friends, and he never go out with my girlfriends. Like this doesn't exist here. And for example, if his friends are in the house, what I say, like hi, and maybe serve the food, and that's it. And if I have some girls around in the house, he would like just say hi and vanish and do his own thing. So here it's like this to prevent the stuff which I see a lot of times happening. For example, with one of my friends. She had the best friend and she had a boyfriend. They got engaged and she had the best friend. They got somehow in at the party in like in a gespräch, in a conversation. And yeah, it turned out like 2 years later, the guy married the best friend of her,
Her best
and
friend.
she was with him 14 years. Yeah, my 14 years, and he didn't marry. But this girl, he married after 6 months. So yeah, but I mean,
Wow.
she was the girl who he was with
I
like
think,
14 years. It was
yeah, yeah.
probably not the right person for him. That's why he didn't marry. Because I think if you get to know someone or if you meet someone from the point you met someone, after a few months you could already decide, is this person aligning with my beliefs, and is this person good for me? Is this can this person help me grow in my life? Can we grow together? Do we share the same interest? Do we come from an uh, um, how would I say, what I think is really important, the similar educational level? Because
Yeah,
here
also important.
we see it like that. Okay, now what I want to mention is the arranged marriages, and
Hmm.
how here this actually happens. So if a marriage is arranged, the couple may talk together, but they don't really know each other, so they might not marry for like, oh, he's the love of my life, because if someone is the love of your life, then probably after 3 months you get another love of your life. So but the arranged marriage, how the parents choose the partner, they choose it like they are in similar interests, similar work fields if she works, or they have similar education and they come from a similar culture background. Like, for example, I don't know, an upper middle class family where the daughters and the sons are educated, they might work, they might not work. So they will look, and for example, they are very religious. So the parents will look for someone who is aligning with that kind of culture which they have inside of the family. Because even if they struggle in the marriage after they get married, they can get easier through it because they share the same interest. Like they come from a same cultural background, from the same family background. You know what I'm trying to say?
Hmm.
So that's how it
Yeah,
works.
yeah.
Like, if a marriage is arranged and the couple is not marrying for pure I love, of course there has to be some affection, but it's like you get through of it because you have the same mindset. So yeah,
Yeah. But let's go back to the point of mixed gatherings, and then
okay,
we can
yeah,
continue
yeah, yeah,
to
of
the
course.
marriage. because mixed gathering, I mean, you mentioned the point, for example, male best friend or female best friend for my husband. So I will never agree on that. Okay. I mean, it's different. I mean, because I work in business, I don't have um, I don't mind getting mixed in business event because I am a person like I don't see male or female, I just see human. This is, for example, my gift. You can call it like that,
But
okay?
this is
I don't see
business,
any.
so that's
Exactly. This is gender neutral zone for me. So I don't mind if there are men inside or females inside, mixed or not mixed. I don't care because this is a business event for me. Of course, you have colleagues, female and male, and you greet them and say hello, how are you doing? Like basic conversation, yeah. But you don't go on vacation with them, or even if you go, you have a certain professional distance. So this is something very different than if you say, okay, I have a friend group, which is 10 men and I'm the only female. We are talking here about another spectrum. So I will not, so because I don't have a male friend, I expect from my partner to don't have a female best friend. Okay, so for me personally, that's a no-go. And I think that like just friendship between men and women is not is just a fairy tale that we're keep selling in this world because someone always has an interest, otherwise we wouldn't be stick around, okay? And there is also a study which shows that men are typically the one like the patient friend who is waiting for his opportunity to get the girl if she gets single again. And there are many studies, and I don't shame or blame here anyone, but I personally think, for example, if I do a grill party, then I would just invite, for example, married couples. Okay, this kind of mixed gatherings I can accept because I know this is, for example, my female friend comes with her husband, and my husband and her husband are getting along together. They will grill. Me and her will, like prepare everything to eat. So it will be still like mixed but separated. You know what I mean? So
yes,
this is
yes.
the kind of mixed gathering I could accept. And I would say, okay, I have no problem with this. But to say, okay, I will take my husband with my female friends out, no. Or that he invites me with his male friends, I have no interest in meeting his friends. I don't want to sound, you know, uh, someone unfriendly, but I really don't care about his friends. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
I don't want to meet them. So I don't I don't want this kind of mixing. So if my husband is the only male person in my gathering, no, he can say hi and leave the room, and the same in my case. Okay.
Mhm.
So I don't want to meet his friends, and I don't want him to meet my female friends. Not because I'm ashamed of my husband or other way around. I just think I don't why should I hang around with his guys? I don't need that.
Yeah, that's
He
totally
should
right.
he can meet his guys and have a good time and blah blah. I don't care, and I want to meet my girls without him, and that's fine. And as I said, the only way I would accept mixed gathering is when really like another married couple is coming, and we're but you know this is where I say, okay, this is something I know. This guy, this
MashaAllah.
guy this guy is married, she's married, she's my friend. Her husband is getting along with my husband. I'm getting along with her. This is completely fine. This is a grill party I would love to attend.
Yes.
And I think uh, a lot of people are also tending on to host that kind of events because of bad experience in the past. And yeah, so I also know a lot of story where someone married the friend instead of that one because and that's why I say I don't mind having like there is a difference between a colleague There is a difference between someone you went to school 20 years ago and you just randomly followed them on Instagram and you have no conversations with them. So it's basically just a kind of ghost. So this is something, like this is not important because in the end, I don't have any physical or any kind of contact with that person. So I think that's very important. And the most important question everyone should ask themselves is, if I would be in this situation, would I be fine with that?
Yes.
I think that helps a lot. And yeah, this is the question everyone should ask themselves before you say, it's not a big deal. She's just my best friend. Okay, imagine your wife has best friend and she sleeps with him on sofa. He's just her best friend. Do you like this idea?
No.
You
I,
know? So sometimes you have to take a statement and make it very absurd so that people realize that this is not okay.
yes. But you also already answered my second question would be, could it be a real friendship between man and woman? But you already answered that question because this is also a very interesting topic. I hear it from like a lot of people. Absolutely, it can be, but come on.
It can be on surface level. Yeah,
Yes,
it can be on surface level, but this is then not a friendship. This is how do you say it? It's not a friendship. Friendship is a different meaning. We tend to label people as friends who are not friends because we don't know how to call them. And then we say,
perfect.
oh, I have a friend, you know? But actually, this person is not your friend because what do you share with him or with her?
Yes.
So,
Uh,
I mean, for example, I have one of my oldest friends, which I went to school and so on. We are now friends for over 15 years. Okay. He is a male, but he is from the other side, if you know what I want to say. He likes men too. So in this case, I don't see him as a male because he is in a relationship with a man.
okay, okay.
So, he is male by gender, but his soul is actually female.
Hmm?
And this is the only male friend I accept in my circle, which I can say I know this person for over 15 years. I know his mom, he knows my mom. We went to school, we shared every break in school together. But this is a different kind of relationship than with if I would have a regular man who is also, pursuing woman. So
Yeah.
this is, I think, was a big difference here. So I think it matters. The context matters. This is very important. Always context matters because nothing is black and white. And yeah, so this is the only male who can be my friend or is my friend actually. But we also don't see each other on a daily basis. We don't talk on daily basis. It's really like from time to time you check up on each other. You see, are you doing good? Okay, you're doing good. Do you want to go for dinner? I will invite you. Okay, let's meet. When do you have time? That's it. Okay, for example. But it can happen that you don't see him for over 2 years. Also happened one. Okay, everything is fine. So this is, I think, also a nice kind of really friendship to know it doesn't matter how much time progresses and passed. And when you see each other, it's like nothing changed.
Yes. Yeah, I know that feeling. Yeah.
So this is, for example, with him and me, and I'm very thankful for this friendship. Like this I can consider as a friendship.
Look,
But
I think friendship are very, very rare, like true friendship, where
yeah,
the friend are really supportive of you, accepts you, and is there for you. So I think we should really, really appreciate it if we have a friendship like that.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. So this is the only exception I made in my life for a male, and everything else is just bekannte. How do you say bekannte? Like
Bekannte, it's that's also what I wanted to say because I wanted to
you know
expand.
them.
Yeah, I
Like
know.
you know them, but you don't really know them. You know them, you say, hi, how are you doing? Are you good? Okay, great. How is life? Oh, you told me last time about this problem. How did it progress?
I would like to say in Arabic maybe like someone I know,
Hmm.
and in English I would like to say like also like a good a person I know very well or something like this, like a phrase, but I don't think this bekannte like exists. So because
It
I
doesn't
also had
equal friendship. It doesn't equal like that you
yeah
say,
it's
okay, hey, this is my best buddy. You know, I meet him every day, and I want to when I get the good news, I want to contact them and tell them.
yes
Like this is very different. Okay,
yeah
so
yeah.
that's why I say a friendship, like really like a definition of friendship between man and female doesn't exist.
No, because I also had like a lot of what I wanted to say to that topic, like a lot of Bekannte, gute Bekannte. When I was working on a ship as an officer, I was mainly working only with men. So, like in 95% of 99% of the cases, I would say the only I was I don't know sailing 8 years, seven and a half,
Mhm.
8 years. And the only case I had a woman from Denmark on a vessel, it was on the Maersk container when I was making my cadet tour.
Mhm.
And she was the third officer on the ship. And that was the only time when I met a woman on a vessel. But in Croatia, completely cut.
Yeah,
Completely cut. And so I was always the at the university we had like two, three who were like working at the office after that.
yeah,
But I think like maybe from thousand two or three were really going on a ship. Nowadays, I already knew some companies where like women are working as officers and stuff, but like more these stewardess and like waiters or Zimmermädchen jobs are it's like
yeah.
more common. But so back then I was only working with men and they were like very gute bekannte for me, but we were never really friends. So we were sailing together, we were on the ship, we were on the shift together, we had the watches together, like the captain, the first officer, I know
Yeah.
the capo and makina. And people I get along really well, but after that we moored the ship, we went to sleep and yalla bye, and that was it. And I can remember like five, six people I get really well along, but only in the job environment. And no, I don't know even
Exactly.
what happened with them or stuff
Yeah.
because I always try to do like this 2 meter of distance. Like whenever someone was like the first question when you sit in the taxi, oh hello, ma'am, are you married? Like why are you asking me private questions? So I always try to do like I don't want to talk and I don't want to talk about my private life at all. So they some kind of got it. And then after that, we got really well along when they saw that I'm not interested in any casual or any other talking, which is not regarded to the job. So yes, but I think friendship also, as you said, it doesn't exist. Doesn't matter what anyone is saying.
Yeah.
There, if there is already a small percentage that like for example I like someone and my mind there will come a moment a second where my mind will say this person or I will look at him in another way, you know what I mean? So I think I'm vanishing like all the time
Yeah.
again.
Sometimes you vanish. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very bad, but never mind. And so if your mind has already one second desire for that person, then it's already friendship over, I think.
Yeah. 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 And yeah, I mean, I don't want to say that. I mean, there are for sure people who say no, we're just friends, and maybe it's true for them. And I don't know how they manage it. I just know that just from um, scientifical way and psychological way, studies show it's not possible.
Yes.
Um, and then everyone can decide what their own truth is and how they want to progress with it.
Yes,
So,
that's exactly totally right. Um, oh, a beautiful gentleman we have over here.
So,
Assalamu alaikum.
And
He
he's
doesn't want to be part of that conversation, I think.
no. He is very shy. That's a black cat. He's shy.
Ah, he is very shy. So he's had the Lampenfieber from the camera. How do you say lamp fever? Lamp fever, or how would you say it in English?
Well, you can just say excitement,
Stage,
but
stage fright, or what is that? When you're
but
afraid, stage fright, I think. No,
Tanzania.
I can't say. Okay, so where were we? So before we were talking about the arranged marriages, what are your thoughts on that as a European? Because in Europe that is not as common as here in the Middle East.
I mean, on the Balkans, there were also arranged marriages.
You're
Yeah.
right.
So it's not just that it is common in Arab culture or any other continent. I think that everywhere were some sort
Yeah,
of arranged marriages. Even if you go back to history in empires, there were always arranged marriages to grow the empire and more political marriages than love marriages. And I think everyone has to decide for themselves what is more important for you. I mean, some people say, okay, I have an arranged marriage and it worked out very well. As you said, okay, they have a certain common ground and that's why they can survive it. In, for example, myself, I'm very, I have this kind of childish fantasy maybe or childish kind of thinking. And I think that's one of my best traits because I kept my child alive. And I think that love can survive everything. So I think that for myself, for my values, I think that a marriage based on love can survive everything. Okay. So if love is there and the same values, then I think that's unbeatable.
okay. And what would you say if, like, for example, the family is mixing between like the two peoples? Because like now we can also talk about like arranged marriages in what aspects or in what ways, because there are like forced marriages where like people really have no choice from they reach the puberty, they're getting married, they already since from the day they were born they know who is the husband gonna be. And the other softer way of the arranged marriages is like what I told you, that they come from a similar background and they share the similar values, like the families aligned together. Because I think here, if you marry someone, you marry the family. So you
Yeah,
cannot really marry one
of course
person.
you yeah, of course you marry the families. Yeah. You don't exclude your family by marriage, but you don't have to forget that you found the family on your own as well. And I think here is a very critical point to think, am I here to please my family or will I live to please myself? So
Yes.
what are my needs? Okay. And if my family wants me to marry someone because on rationally they fits better to me, but my heart belongs to someone else and they don't want to accept her because they don't fit, if this person doesn't fit their values, then I think that's a very critical point. And I think that no parent should interfere here and be like, yeah, no, you can find better. Oh, I find you a wife or I find you a husband who is more suitable for you. That's something very tricky. And I think that a lot of people are then also putting the children in a very uncomfortable position of saying, hey, I'm a parent, you have to obey me because it's Islamically, it is like that, you have to obey me. But um, obeying your parents in the cost of your heart is also haram.
Yes, that's right. So the parents somehow should accept the way the children are choosing.
Yeah,
Although they
because
might not want the worst part of the child, they just want him or her to be safe, in that case. But it can come to a
yeah,
conclusion
but
that the
save him
child,
from what? Save him from what? From what are you trying to save your son? If he, for example, falls in love with someone who is maybe not suitable for your perspective of life for your son, from what do you want to save him? If he has feelings for her and he saw something in her that these feelings developed, why do you want to interfere here and to be like, oh, I know better what is best for you?
um, I think marriage here not only see as love, because love vanishes after a certain period of time, and the compatibility, like if you survive the first year of the marriage, then you got to go. There is a saying here,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because other, like on the second year, you're already relying more on a compatibility, no English.
Compatibility.
um, so I think when the parents are choosing someone, they are choosing like for another perspective, not only like for love, because love like vanishes. Because after 10 years, you can be still in love with your wife or husband, but it's a different kind of love. I think every relationship should reach this stage, because there is this affection and this crush in the first few months here, I know, where you see the perfect partner, and it's very good and very nice. And then there is another stage where you like start to see the bad sides, like where you're not aligning, like some problems which you didn't see before, like some hardships. And after that, if you survive this to the third stage, after years, then you share another kind of love,
Yeah,
like a
yeah,
love
but
and a respect for each other. So it's not like this affectional love in the first place, I think, here.
I know I understand it, but we have differences in love. You have falling in love and you have like love. If you fall in love, you see everything is fine.
Yeah.
But when you love someone unconditionally, that you say, okay, I see your flaws, I see the good side, I see the bad side. Yeah, I know how you react in this kind of situation and this and that. And some sides of you, I hate them. They are terrible. It makes me throw you out of the window. But still, I choose to stay with you because I love you. That's a big difference. And that's why I say love has different kind of stages. Yeah, we're not talking about the love where you just see the good thing about the person. We're talking about the love where you also see the bad sides and you say, okay, oh, I don't know how I will survive a whole lifetime with you because sometimes I want to kill you, but you still choose that person because you see the good in them, the potential in them, the pureness in them. You see their inner qualities, even though they make terrible mistakes. And the same goes other way around because we're not perfect. So you can marry rationally the perfect person and feel empty in a marriage because nothing will develop
Yes.
because just rationally you married that person and you will live an empty life. Maybe from the outside everyone will be, wow, this marriage is so perfect, but the person inside, they will like, okay, if you ask them, are you happy? I am
Yeah, I'm
uh,
okay.
yeah, I'm okay. And let's be realistic here. Who wants to live a life that is okay? Why would you strive for okay if you can strive for good and bad? It doesn't
Yes.
matter. It will be bad days, and it will be days where you want to kick them out of your home, and there will be days where they will be like, "Oh my God, why did I even choose you?" But that's okay. You stay together no matter what.
Yes, yes, yes. So you
And
have to
that's
choose.
why I say love is the glue to all of it. And I know in the Quran is mentioned, I put between you mercy between you. Okay, because mercy is also very, very important, because you can love someone, but if you're not merciful with them, you will punish them for every mistake they made. But if you're merciful, then you will say, okay, I maybe be mad for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, I will not talk to you and I will maybe ignore you. But I will have the mercy to say, you're my wife, you're my husband, let's get over it.
Yes.
Let's talk about it, solve the problem, close the case, next.
Yeah, that's totally right.
And that's why I say love is the glue from all of this, because love is not rational, love is emotional, and we're emotional beings. And we try to solve something emotional rational, and it's not going to work. Of course, there should be also a rational ground. Yeah, some, as you say, some some points where they align with each other, where they look in the same direction. Sure, if I mean, if you're religious and you want to marry, for example, someone who is maybe a dancer in a nightclub, yeah, I don't know if this combination can work. Maybe, we don't know. Yeah, but you know what I mean. So this is
Yes.
a completely different type. And sometimes people tend to say, oh, maybe this woman is not wearing hijab, but our family is wearing hijab, that's why she's not suitable for you. So why do you disclose someone on based on that? Or for example, oh, I will not choose this person for marriage because she's 25 and not 24. I want someone who is 20, between 20 and 24. I mean, that are all preferences, which are okay, but this should not be a reason to disclose someone, to say, no, you're not qualified because you're that age, for example.
Yes.
Or to say, okay, if a woman is not married by 30, she's not gonna marry anyway. I think this is just a very also random and common belief going around in this community, and also generally in the world, that when a woman reaches a certain age, that she is kind of expired and that no one wants her.
Mm, yes, maybe there. That's why they married second wife back then. If the woman was like older and had children, and something happened with the husband, it just thought that like crossed my mind. So
Hmm. Yeah,
yeah,
but that's then different topic.
but
I thought
yeah. I
people
agreed. Yeah,
were really bashing sisters to be like, oh, you're 34, you're 35, you're not married, who's gonna marry? Something's
you
wrong with you.
should get
No,
married. Once you get married, you will realize, and it's already too late. Yeah.
you know. And so I think that people should be just in generally very careful what kind of statements they put. And I also what I hear from other people is that they really like judging so hard on superficial things. And when you judge someone on superficial things, you should be careful because you're also sinning. So don't judge. It doesn't matter if you like your future daughter-in-law, your future son-in-law. Don't judge them just because if they don't fit your whole concept of life. Okay?
How do you think the family should be involved? Like, for example, from your perspective in Europe, how much the family
They
should
should
be
not be
involved?
involved at all. They should be not involved in all. Not because they don't belong to the family, but because this decision will affect two human beings the most. And they will live under the same roof, and they will share the same bed, and they have to look each other daily in the eyes, waking up, going to sleep. So that's why I say in this decision, the family should not be involved and should not give any advices to a certain degree. Okay, for example, if I have children and I see my son wants to marry someone who has a very bad reputation and is maybe very let's say this example, a dancer in a nightclub, then of course I will be concerned as a parent, and I will tell him, look, I don't think that this person is suitable for you because this and this and this and this. Okay. But even if that statement doesn't matter to my son and he says, Mom, I love you, but I still want to marry her, I will not disclose my son. I will say, listen, if you think that's right, do it, and may Allah help you, or like bless this connection, and maybe I don't know, this person gets a change, and you never know how Allah's paths are working and what is the plan behind the plan. So I just say it's okay to have concerns, to communicate your concerns with your daughter or with your son, whoever wants to get married. But you should not be someone who say, hey, if you married, I'm not going to accept this person because this and that. No, do it for the love of your child.